Everyone. Today I wanted to touch on a subject that is very near and dear to my heart, and that is being a mentor or being a mentee. So, really, there's two sides to it. Obviously, it's a two-part or two-person relationship, but I'm going to first talk about getting a mentor and then talking about being a mentor. So, for the first part, if you are just starting your career, you happen to be following me or see this post, I encourage you to seek out someone that can be your mentor. You might not even be starting out your career. You might be making a career pivot. You may be on your fifth job, and you just feel like you need someone that you can turn to for guidance, for help, for bouncing ideas off of. I always think it's a great idea, and especially for people who are earlier in their career, because it can be hard to navigate this world. There are so many different options out there for you when you're starting. You may feel like they are limited, but when you're looking at the grand scope of what is available, you're looking at your career. Within your career, there are probably different areas that you can focus on. There are different sizes of organizations that you can go and join. There are different stages within those organizations of where they are. If they're big, they may be in an earlier stage and they're just taking off. I mean, there's just infinite combinations of what you can look for in a job, in a occupation. And so having someone that you can bounce ideas off of and say, this is generally where I want to be in my career within 10 years. What is the best path to get there? How should I go about doing that? And there's a lot of components that go into it. I mean, you're considering the type of company, the type of job that you want to do, the how fast you can grow in your career. There's networking opportunities. There's a lot of extracurriculars that you could be doing. There's a lot of research that you should do to navigate certain things. There's things within the job that you should and shouldn't do. And then also in your daily life, like especially when you're younger or earlier, a lot of times you may have this idea that you have to do all the things, and sometimes that can derail you from getting to the place that you want to go, because you're doing so many different things and you're losing sight of the path that you should be on. So having a mentor is very beneficial in terms of keeping you on that track, of bouncing ideas off of getting that information that you need to get to the next level of your career. So if you don't have a mentor, I would really recommend that you go seek one out, and I'll go into how you should go about doing this. But um, yeah, it's going to help you tremendously. I did not have that in my career, and looking back, that is one of the things that I probably should have done. It would have helped accelerate my career, and also helped me avoid a lot of the bad stuff that happened in my career that probably shouldn't. So um, in terms of being a mentor, I think that this is also very beneficial if you're later on in your career, you have quite a lot of experience, and you want to share that with someone. If you don't have time, you need to have some time to offer to a mentor or mentee. But having that experience and being able to share it with someone else, help them guide their career, help them get through things that are difficult. It is a very gratifying thing to do. It also, a lot of people think that that's like, oh, the mentor is just giving something to the mentee. And I will tell you, having been a mentor before, it goes both ways. Both people benefit from it. You will get a lot out of it. You'll also probably see a lot of things that you hadn't before as you talk things through with your mentee. But it is such a gratifying experience. So if you haven't tried being a mentor, try it. It is great. So going back to finding a mentor, there's a lot of ways to do this. There's organizations that can do that. If you work at a large organization, sometimes they have these programs. But if you don't, and you don't have that launch pad to get a mentor, I would suggest looking at your existing circle of colleagues and looking at someone who is generally in the area of where you want to be in your career. And they may be at the tenure spot, they may be at the 20-year spot, but make sure that they've been in their career for a period of time. You want someone that you mesh with from a personality perspective. That's going to be very important. Someone who is patient, who you've seen give good advice, who is someone who is level-headed. But you really want someone who is generally in your space. If you don't know what you want to be doing, pick someone that has great experience and is not so niched, because the more niched you get, if you don't have an idea of what you want to do, those people might not be able to give you the really good guidance that you need or you want as you're developing your career. There's a lot of ways to do this. You can look at someone you've worked with before, someone who is at your current organization that you admire. And the ask can be like, hey, I really respect you. I think what you've done with your career is fantastic. Would you be willing to give me time here and there to mentor me and to, just so we can talk about some of the things that I'm facing and how I can get better at what I am doing so that I can further my career. It is very flattering to that person to be asked to be a mentor. It is a huge honor to mentor someone, to give them guidance if you're willing to do that. I remember the first time I was asked to be a mentor, and I almost burst into tears because I was like, me? Like, you want to talk to me about all of this stuff and you want me to be your mentor? It means a lot. And so I encourage anyone who is early on in their career or at any stage, like at my age, I could still have a mentor. And so I think that that's going to be very beneficial to you and your career and your development. And if you are later on in your career, please consider mentorship. There are a lot of people out there who need it, who are afraid to ask, and you will benefit so much from it. And that's what I had to share today. So if you have any questions, if you've had a great mentorship experience or a mentee experience, leave it in the comments. I would love to hear it. And good luck to everyone out there. Thank you. Bye-bye.